My friends, today I want to talk to you about something that is often overlooked in this world: wisdom in silence. We live in a time where people are eager to share every detail of their lives. They talk about their successes, their struggles, their dreams, and even their failures, hoping for validation and approval. But I want to tell you today, not everyone around you needs to know everything about you. There is power in discretion. There is wisdom in knowing what to share and what to keep to yourself. When you reveal too much, you give people the keys to your life. Some will use them to uplift you, but others may use them against you. Not everyone who smiles at you wishes you well. Not everyone who listens to your words understands your heart. Think about the people in your life. Some may be trustworthy, but others may be waiting for the right moment to use your own words against you. We see it happen time and time again. Someone shares their dreams, their plans, and before they know it, opposition rises. Doors that should have opened remain shut. And often it's because they spoke too soon and to the wrong people. It's not that you should be fearful or distrusting. No, that is not the message. The message is to be wise, to guard your heart, to discern who truly cares for you and who simply wants to know your business. There are battles you will face that should be fought in silence. There are victories that should be celebrated in private. Many of you have experienced this. You confided in someone, believing they were a friend, and before you knew it, your words were twisted, your trust was broken. That pain is real. That betrayal stings. But let that be a lesson, not a limitation. Let it teach you to be careful with your words, to protect your plans, to move in wisdom. So, I urge you today, walk in silence when you need to. Speak only when necessary, and trust that what is meant for you will come to pass, regardless of who knows about it. Let your actions speak louder than your words, and let your results be the testimony of your journey. Discretion is a virtue that is often overlooked in today's world, where people are encouraged to share every detail of their lives with others. Social media, conversations with friends, and even casual interactions have created an environment where openness is expected. But there is a hidden strength in being selective with what you share. There is power in discretion. When you withhold certain details about your life, you are not being secretive, you are being wise. Not every thought, every dream, or every plan should be laid out for others to see. The truth is, not everyone around you has your best interests at heart. Some may be listening only to gather information, waiting for the right moment to use it against you. Others may not intentionally harm you, but they may spread your words carelessly, exposing you to unnecessary challenges. People often mistake transparency for trustworthiness, but in reality, too much openness can leave you vulnerable. Sharing too much can invite unwanted opinions, criticism, and even opposition. It is not that others necessarily want to see you fail, but when they have access to your personal thoughts and aspirations, they may influence you in ways that are not beneficial. A dream that was once burning bright within you can be extinguished by the doubt and negativity of others. When you allow too many voices into your mind, you risk losing sight of your own vision. Silence, at times, is the greatest strategy. There are seasons when the best thing you can do is move forward without announcing your every step. When you make plans, pursue them quietly. When you face struggles, endure them with strength rather than seeking constant validation. Many of life's greatest successes come from those who worked in silence, allowing their progress to be the loudest statement they make. There are also times when discretion protects you from unnecessary conflict. Words have power, and once spoken, they cannot be taken back. People may remember what you said long after you have forgotten. A careless statement, a premature announcement, or even a moment of vulnerability shared with the wrong person can create obstacles in your path. Being mindful of what you say and who you say it to is not about being deceptive. It is about exercising wisdom. Think about the times you have shared something personal and later regretted it. Perhaps you confided in someone, believing they would keep your words in confidence, only to discover that your private matters had become public knowledge. The disappointment, the frustration, and sometimes even the betrayal that follows such moments serve as reminders that not everyone is meant to hold your trust. Every person in your life has a role, but not everyone deserves full access to your thoughts, dreams, and struggles. In some cases, discretion is not just about protecting yourself from others. It is also about allowing yourself the space to grow. Some plans need time to develop before they can be shared. When you talk too much about what you intend to do, you may feel a false sense of accomplishment, as if speaking it aloud is enough. But true progress comes from action, not from words. There is a reason why the most successful people often say very little about their goals until they have already achieved them. They understand that speaking too soon can either invite unnecessary pressure or create opportunities for discouragement. It is also important to recognize that people's opinions, no matter how well intended, can sometimes lead you away from your true path. When you share your plans prematurely, you open the door for others to shape your vision according to their perspectives. While advice can be valuable, it should never replace your own intuition and discernment. There are moments when the best guidance comes from within, from listening to that still, small voice that tells you what is right for your journey. Discretion also strengthens relationships. When people know you as someone who does not speak carelessly, they will trust you more. They will see you as a person of integrity, someone who values words and does not waste them. Those who are truly close to you will respect your silence and understand that when you do speak, your words carry weight. In life, wisdom is knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. It is understanding that not every detail needs to be shared, and that some things are best kept between you and God. Moving in silence does not mean you do not trust people. It means you trust the process. You trust timing, and above all, you trust that what is meant for you will unfold as it should. There is a truth about life that many learn the hard way. Not everyone who surrounds you has good intentions. It is easy to assume that those who smile at you, speak kindly, and show interest in your life genuinely care for you. But time and experience reveal that some people are not what they seem. Some are drawn to you for what they can gain, while others secretly hope to see you struggle. It is a difficult reality to accept, but recognizing it can save you from unnecessary heartache and disappointment. Human nature is complex. People are motivated by different things, some by love, kindness, and honesty, but others by envy, selfishness, and hidden agendas. You may think that those who celebrate with you in your good times will stand with you in your struggles, but that is not always the case. Some are only present when things are going well because they enjoy the benefits of your success. The moment you face challenges, they disappear, revealing that their loyalty was never genuine. Then there are those who seem to support you but secretly resent you. They smile in your face, but inwardly hope for your failure. They may not openly express their negativity, but their actions, their words, and even their silence in moments when you need support expose their true nature. These people are not enemies in the obvious sense. They operate in the shadows, watching and waiting, sometimes even pretending to be on your side. They may offer advice that discourages rather than uplifts, subtly plant seeds of doubt in your mind, or undermine you in ways that are not immediately noticeable. One of the most painful lessons in life is discovering that someone you trusted was never truly for you. Betrayal does not come from strangers. It comes from those close enough to know your weaknesses. It comes from those to whom you have opened your heart, shared your struggles, and revealed your dreams. That is why wisdom and discernment are so important. Not everyone deserves access to your personal thoughts, your plans, or your emotions. Trust should be earned, not freely given to everyone who enters your life. It is important to observe people's actions rather than just listening to their words. Words are easy to manipulate, but actions reveal the truth. A person who genuinely cares for you will not only speak well of you, but will also stand by you when it matters most. They will celebrate your successes without envy, support your growth without feeling threatened, and correct you with love rather than criticism. On the other hand, those with bad intentions may pretend to care, but their behavior will eventually expose them. They may gossip about you behind your back, diminish your achievements, or withdraw their support when you need it most. One of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming that everyone thinks the way they do. If you have a good heart, it is natural to believe that others operate with the same honesty and kindness. But the truth is, not everyone operates from a place of love. Some are driven by competition, insecurity, or selfish ambition. They see your growth as a threat rather than an inspiration. Instead of supporting you, they secretly hope you will fall so that they can feel superior. Recognizing this does not mean becoming paranoid or distrusting everyone, but it does mean being wise in choosing who you allow close to you. The company you keep influences your life in ways you may not immediately realize. Surrounding yourself with people who have good intentions will strengthen and encourage you, while keeping the wrong people close can drain your energy, steal your peace, and hinder your progress. Some people are only in your life to take what they can, whether it is your time, your resources, or your emotional strength. Others thrive on negativity and would rather see you struggle than succeed. Understanding this helps you set healthy boundaries, protecting yourself from unnecessary harm. It is also important to trust your instincts. Often your heart senses when something is not right. You may feel uneasy around certain people, notice inconsistencies in their words and actions, or sense that they are not truly happy for you. Do not ignore those feelings. Too many people have ignored their intuition, only to later realize that the signs were there all along. Pay attention to how people respond to your success, how they handle your struggles, and whether their presence in your life brings peace or confusion. Life is too short to be surrounded by those who secretly wish for your downfall. You deserve to be around people who uplift you, support you, and genuinely want to see you win. But to find those people, you must first be willing to let go of the ones who do not. Do not waste your time trying to change those with bad intentions or prove your worth to those who refuse to see it. Instead, invest in relationships that are built on trust, respect, and true care. Recognizing that not everyone has good intentions is not about living in fear. It is about living with wisdom. It is about knowing who to trust, who to keep at a distance, and who to walk away from altogether. Words are powerful. They have the ability to build up or tear down, to encourage or to destroy. Every word spoken carries weight, and once released, it cannot be taken back. Many people fail to recognize the impact of their words until it is too late. They speak without caution, share without discretion, and later find themselves facing consequences they never expected. What you say can be used against you, and often it is not by strangers, but by those who know you best. People listen more than they let on. Some listen with the intent to understand, while others listen with the intent to use your words for their own advantage. You may think you are simply sharing your thoughts, venting your frustrations, or expressing your dreams, but not everyone who hears you has good intentions. What you say in moments of honesty or vulnerability can be twisted, repeated, and even weaponized against you when you least expect it. There are times when people use your own words to discredit you. They take what you have said, remove the context, and turn it into something that serves their agenda. It happens in friendships, in families, in the workplace, and even in relationships. A harmless statement can be turned into a rumor. A moment of frustration can be exaggerated into something far worse. A shared secret can become public knowledge. What was once spoken in confidence can be exposed at the worst possible moment. Many people have suffered the pain of betrayal simply because they trusted the wrong person with their words. They assumed that a friend, a colleague, or even a family member would keep their conversations private, only to find out that their words were repeated, reshaped, and used against them. It is a painful lesson, but an important one. Just because you trust someone does not mean they will always guard what you say. Some people enjoy spreading information. Others see an opportunity to gain favor by revealing what they know. And some, out of envy or malice, will use your own words to try to harm you. This is why wisdom and discretion are so important. Not every thought needs to be spoken aloud. Not every plan needs to be shared. Not every opinion needs to be voiced. Silence, at times, is more powerful than speech. The less people know about your struggles, your weaknesses, and even your victories, the less they have to use against you. There is great strength in knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. There are also times when people will try to manipulate you, using your past words. They will remind you of things you said long ago, using them to make you feel guilty, to pressure you, or to discredit you. What you said in one season of life may no longer reflect who you are today, but some will still try to hold you to it. They will say, "You once said this," as if people do not grow, change, or learn. When your own words are used as a trap, it can be frustrating and even discouraging. But that is why it is crucial to be mindful of what you say and to whom you say it. In moments of anger or frustration, it is especially important to guard your tongue. Words spoken in haste or in emotion can lead to regret. A single statement spoken in the heat of the moment can cause lasting damage. It can ruin relationships, create misunderstandings, and even close doors that once stood open. Many have lost opportunities, friendships, and even their reputations simply because they spoke without thinking. Even in success, words must be chosen carefully. Some people feel the need to announce every step they take, every goal they pursue, and every plan they make. But the more you speak about your ambitions, the more you open yourself up to resistance. There will always be those who do not want to see you succeed, and the more they know, the more they can try to work against you. Sometimes it is better to let success speak for itself rather than talking about it prematurely. It is not about living in fear or never speaking. It is about speaking wisely. It is about understanding that words have consequences and that not everyone deserves to hear your thoughts. Choose your words with care. Share your heart with those who have proven themselves worthy. And remember, silence can never be misquoted, but words once spoken can be used against you in ways you never imagined. There is great wisdom in moving in silence. In a world where people feel the need to announce every step they take, every plan they make, and every goal they pursue, there is something powerful about keeping things to yourself. Silence is not weakness, it is strategy. It allows you to work without distraction, grow without interference, and succeed without unnecessary resistance. Many people fail to reach their full potential because they speak too soon. They talk about their dreams before they have taken the first step. They share their plans with people who do not truly support them. They seek validation from others before they have even proven their own abilities. In doing so, they open themselves up to doubt, criticism, and even sabotage. Not everyone will celebrate your journey. Some will pretend to support you while secretly hoping you fail. Others may not have bad intentions, but their negative opinions, fears, or limitations can plant seeds of doubt in your mind. Moving in silence protects you from unnecessary obstacles. When people do not know your plans, they cannot interfere. They cannot discourage you, they cannot copy you, and they cannot stand in your way. Many of the greatest successes in life come from those who worked quietly behind the scenes, allowing their results to speak for them. They did not waste time explaining themselves or seeking approval. They simply focused on their goals until they had something undeniable to show for it. There is also an element of surprise that comes with moving in silence. When you reveal too much, too soon, people have time to form opinions, create obstacles, or even try to take credit for your ideas. But when you work quietly and reveal things only when they are complete, you leave no room for interference. Your success arrives without warning, and by then it is too late for anyone to stop it. Some of the most powerful people in the world understand the value of silence. They know that every move does not need to be broadcasted. They recognize that success is sweeter when it arrives unexpectedly. While others are talking about what they plan to do, they are already making progress. They do not seek attention, they seek results. And when those results come, they speak louder than any announcement ever could. Silence also gives you clarity. When you are not constantly explaining yourself to others, you can focus more on your vision. You do not need to defend your choices or seek approval. You can make adjustments as needed without outside pressure. You can change direction without fear of judgment. Moving in silence gives you the freedom to evolve without interference. There is also wisdom in keeping personal matters private. Not everyone needs to know what you are going through. Some battles are meant to be fought in silence. Some struggles are meant to be endured without an audience. When you keep things private, you give yourself space to heal, to grow, and to overcome challenges without the added weight of other people's opinions. There is strength in privacy. There is power in knowing that you do not owe anyone an explanation for your journey. Even in success, silence is valuable. Some people feel the need to prove themselves by constantly talking about their achievements. But true confidence does not seek validation. Those who are truly successful do not need to announce it. They simply live it. They let their work, their growth, and their accomplishments speak for themselves. They do not waste time trying to convince others of their worth because they know their actions will show it. Not everyone deserves access to your thoughts, your plans, or your energy. Protect your vision. Guard your dreams. Move in silence, not because you are hiding, but because you are focused. Let your success be the loudest thing about you. Let your results do the talking. Let the world see your work, not your words. Because in the end, it is not what you say that matters, it is what you do. There is a difference between wisdom and transparency. In a world that encourages people to share every detail of their lives, there is a great danger in mistaking openness for strength. Transparency has its place, but it must be guided by wisdom. Not everything should be spoken. Not everything should be shared. Some things are meant to remain private, and some thoughts should be kept between you and God. Many people believe that being open about everything makes them trustworthy. But the truth is, oversharing can lead to unnecessary problems. When you reveal too much, you expose yourself to criticism, judgment, and even manipulation. People may seem understanding, but not everyone has your best interests at heart. Some listen just to gather information, waiting for the right time to use it against you. Others may not intentionally harm you, but their words of doubt and discouragement can plant seeds that weaken your confidence. Wisdom teaches that while honesty is valuable, not everything needs to be revealed. There is power in knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. Some battles are meant to be fought privately. Some victories are best kept quiet. When you share too much, you invite unnecessary opinions that may cloud your judgment. Every person you share with brings their own perspective, their own fears, and their own experiences into the conversation. While advice can be helpful, too many voices can lead to confusion. Wisdom tells you to guard your heart and be selective with whom you allow into your inner world. Transparency without wisdom can also lead to broken trust. When you tell everything to everyone, you risk giving the wrong people access to your most vulnerable places. Some people do not respect confidentiality. What you share in confidence today can become public knowledge tomorrow. Wisdom teaches that trust must be earned. Not everyone deserves to know your struggles, your plans, or your dreams. Another danger of excessive transparency is that it can create unnecessary obstacles. When you talk too much about your goals before they are realized, you open yourself up to resistance. Some may try to discourage you. Others may attempt to take credit for your ideas. Even those who mean well can unintentionally plant doubt in your mind. There is a reason why some of the most successful people move in silence. They do not waste time explaining their plans. They focus on executing them. They understand that their results will speak louder than any words ever could. Wisdom also teaches that timing matters. There are moments when sharing too soon can destroy opportunities before they have a chance to develop. A dream that is still in its early stages needs protection. When you reveal your plans before they are fully formed, you allow outside forces to influence them. Sometimes what is meant to be a great success is ruined simply because it was shared prematurely. Even in relationships, wisdom must guide transparency. Being open does not mean sharing every thought and feeling without discretion. Words have power, and once spoken, they cannot be taken back. There are moments when silence is more beneficial than full disclosure. Not every misunderstanding needs immediate discussion. Not every conflict needs full exposure. Wisdom teaches patience, restraint, and the ability to choose the right words at the right time. A wise person understands that transparency must be balanced with discernment. Sharing everything with the wrong people can create unnecessary burdens. But when guided by wisdom, openness can build trust, strengthen relationships, and create meaningful connections. The key is knowing who to share with, when to share, and what to share. It is not about deception, it is about protection. It is about understanding that wisdom is greater than the need to be understood. It is about recognizing that not everyone deserves access to your heart, your mind, or your journey. When wisdom leads, transparency serves a purpose. But when transparency is given without wisdom, it becomes a weakness rather than a strength. Guard your words, protect your vision, and choose wisely who you allow into the depths of your life. People can say anything. They can promise, reassure, and speak words that sound convincing, but words alone are not enough. What truly reveals a person's character, intentions, and loyalty is their actions. Words are easy to say, but actions require effort. They require consistency. They require a genuine commitment. That is why it is always wiser to trust what a person does rather than simply what they say. Many people have been misled by empty words. They have believed promises that were never fulfilled, trusted apologies that were never backed by change, and held on to relationships based on what was spoken rather than what was shown. It is easy for someone to say they care, but do their actions reflect that care? It is easy for someone to say they support you, but are they there when you need them? Words can be deceiving, but actions tell the truth. A person's true nature is revealed not in what they say, but in how they behave over time. Anyone can make a grand declaration in a moment, but consistency proves whether those words are real. Someone may say they will always be there for you, but do they actually show up when it matters? Someone may claim to respect you, but do their actions align with that respect? If words and actions do not match, then the words mean nothing. Trust is not built on what people say, it is built on what they do repeatedly. One act of kindness does not define a person's character, just as one mistake does not define who they are. The pattern of their actions over time is what truly tells the story. A person who genuinely cares for you will not only say it, but they will prove it in the way they treat you, in the way they support you, and in the way they respect your presence in their life. This principle applies in all areas of life. In friendships, in business, in relationships, everywhere. A friend who always promises to be there but disappears when you need them is not a true friend. A business partner who speaks of honesty but acts deceitfully cannot be trusted. A person who constantly apologizes for their mistakes but never changes their behavior is not truly sorry. Real change, real commitment, and real love are proven through actions, not just spoken words. It is easy to be persuaded by words because words appeal to emotion. They can be crafted in a way that makes you feel good, hopeful, and reassured. But if there is one thing life teaches, it is that words without actions are meaningless. People can say anything in the moment, but their consistent behavior over time will reveal whether those words were true or just empty talk. It is also important to remember that excuses are just words too. People will often explain away their behavior, offering justifications for why they did not follow through, why they broke a promise, or why they acted a certain way. But the truth is, when someone truly values you, they will make the effort. They will find a way to show it. If they keep giving excuses instead of showing change, then their words are just distractions, not truth. The same applies to trusting yourself. It is easy to make promises to yourself, to say you will change, to say you will be disciplined, to say you will chase your dreams. But what matters is not what you tell yourself, it is what you do daily. If you want to grow, if you want to succeed, if you want to change, then your actions must align with your words. Commitment is not about speaking, it is about doing. Many disappointments in life come from expecting people to live up to their words instead of watching their actions. Learning to observe rather than simply listen can protect you from unnecessary pain. If someone shows you who they are through their actions, believe them. Do not try to convince yourself that their words mean more than their behavior. Actions will always tell the truth, even when words try to hide it. In the end, words can inspire, encourage, and uplift, but they must be supported by real effort. Trust what people do, not just what they say. Let actions be the proof of loyalty, love, and sincerity. Because when all is said and done, words fade, but actions remain. Success does not need an announcement. It does not need validation from others, nor does it require constant explanation. True success is not in the words you speak about your plans, but in the results you produce. When you focus on the work rather than the talk, your achievements will speak louder than anything you could ever say. There is power in letting success be the proof of your dedication, discipline, and determination. Many people waste time seeking recognition before they have accomplished anything. They talk about what they are going to do, how they are going to do it, and why they will succeed. They look for approval, for validation, for an audience. But words alone do not build success. Talking about the process does not complete the process. The more energy spent explaining and proving, the less energy is left for actually doing. Those who understand this principle move in silence, allowing their actions to do the speaking. When you work quietly and diligently, you eliminate distractions. You are not consumed with how people perceive you. You are not worried about proving yourself before the right time. Instead, you focus on the task at hand. You put in the effort behind the scenes so that in the end, your results make the statement for you. And when results speak, they leave no room for argument. People respect results more than promises. They may listen to what you say, but they will believe what you do. If you constantly talk about what you plan to accomplish but never follow through, your words lose their power. However, if you focus on the work and allow success to reveal itself, you will gain credibility without ever having to explain yourself. The most successful individuals are not those who boast about their plans, but those who commit to their goals with quiet consistency. There is also wisdom in keeping your progress private until it is complete. When you share too soon, you invite unnecessary opinions, doubts, and sometimes even opposition. Not everyone who hears about your goals will support them. Some may try to discourage you, others may attempt to compete with you, and some may even work against you. When you move in silence and let success speak for itself, you protect your vision from unnecessary interference. Even in failure, silence holds value. If you fall short, there is no need to explain yourself to the world. You simply learn, adjust, and keep going. Talking too much about setbacks can make them seem bigger than they are. But when you stay focused, failures become stepping stones, not roadblocks. And when success eventually comes, it overshadows any previous struggles without the need for justification. Letting success speak for itself also builds quiet confidence. There is no need to prove anything to anyone because you know your work speaks for itself. You do not have to seek external approval or constantly remind people of your efforts. Those who truly pay attention will see the results, and those who do not were never meant to be convinced in the first place. True confidence comes from knowing you have put in the work, not from trying to convince others of your worth. This principle applies in every area of life: business, relationships, personal growth. In business, companies that deliver results do not need to oversell themselves with empty promises. Their work speaks for them. In relationships, a person who genuinely cares does not need to constantly declare their loyalty. Their actions will prove it. In personal growth, real progress is not about announcing every step of the journey, but about becoming better every day. Many of the most successful people in the world do not talk about what they are going to do. They simply do it. They let their achievements tell the story. They do not waste time trying to convince others of their greatness. They let their work prove it. And because they operate this way, their success is undeniable. The loudest voices are often the least productive. Those who are always talking about their plans rarely follow through. But those who focus on execution, who are disciplined, who stay committed without seeking attention, those are the ones who succeed. And when success comes, it needs no explanation, no validation, and no announcement. It speaks for itself, louder than words ever could.